You stand up from your chair, but something feels different. Your legs are slower, heavier. Climbing stairs feels harder than it used to. A short walk around the house leaves you strangely tired. Maybe you've chalked it up to just getting older. But what if that's not the whole story? What if that subtle shakiness in your legs is more than just age? What if it's a warning? For millions of seniors, leg weakness doesn't just show up overnight. It builds quietly, day by day, year by year, until suddenly your independence, your balance, even your safety are at risk. But here's what most people don't realize. Weak legs aren't inevitable. They're preventable, and in many cases, they're reversible. In this deep dive, we're going to uncover 5 hidden reasons why your legs may be losing strength after 60. These aren't generic tips or vague advice. These are evidence-based, physiology-backed causes that many people overlook. Causes that, when addressed, can radically change how you move, feel, and live. We'll explore how muscle loss accelerates silently, how your circulation might be starving your legs of blood and oxygen, how nerve damage creeps in without pain, how your spine affects your legs more than you think, and how tiny minerals like magnesium and potassium can throw your entire body off balance when missing. Most importantly, for each cause, we'll show you exactly what to do. No guesswork. No extreme routines, just clear, simple steps to regain your confidence and strength before it's too late. If you've ever worried that your legs are getting weaker, if you felt unsteady or even scared of falling, if you've lost energy for things you used to enjoy like walking, gardening, or dancing, this guide is for you. Don't wait until the weakness becomes a fall, or until you stop trusting your own body. Let's take back your strength, one reason at a time. It doesn't happen all at once. You don't wake up one day and find your legs have failed you. Instead, sarcopenia, the gradual age-related loss of muscle mass, works quietly. It chips away at your strength over years, even decades, until one day, getting up from a chair feels like a workout. Your legs feel unsteady on stairs. You avoid long walks, not out of laziness, but out of fatigue, and it starts earlier than you think. Most people begin losing muscle after age 30, but after 60, the process accelerates. By the time you reach 80, you could have lost up to 30% of your muscle mass, unless you actively fight back. For seniors, that loss often shows up in the legs first. Thighs and calves begin to look thinner, looser. Walking feels heavier. Even standing for more than a few minutes might bring on fatigue. You might notice a loss of power when pushing off the floor, lifting groceries, or even just rising from a toilet. This isn't just about appearance. It's about independence. Muscle isn't just for movement. It's for stability, balance, and protection. Without strong legs, the risk of falls skyrockets. And falls aren't just accidents, they're life-changing events. But there's hope. Sarcopenia can be slowed, even reversed. The solution doesn't require gym memberships or weightlifting marathons. In fact, just 10 to 15 minutes a day of the right kinds of movement can make a profound difference. Gentle strength-building exercises like chair squats, standing leg lifts, or resistance band presses are incredibly effective when done consistently. Equally important is protein. Your muscles can't rebuild if you're not giving them the right fuel. Seniors often undereat protein without realizing it. Aim for lean meats, eggs, fish, dairy, legumes, and nuts. Distribute protein throughout the day, not just at dinner. And stay hydrated. Dehydration weakens muscles faster than you think. Let's not forget, muscle is also built by movement. A short daily walk, even just around the house, signals to your body that those muscles are still needed. It's not about distance, it's about consistency. Sarcopenia isn't a destiny, it's a pattern, and patterns can be changed. Of course, losing muscle is just one piece of the puzzle. What if your legs are getting weaker, not because of your muscles, but because they're not getting enough blood? Your legs don't just need strength, they need fuel. And that fuel arrives through blood, rich in oxygen, nutrients, and everything your muscles and nerves need to function well. But what happens when that flow slows? When your legs are no longer getting the supply they depend on? Poor circulation, often due to a condition called peripheral artery disease (PAD), is one of the most overlooked causes of leg weakness in older adults. It occurs when plaque builds up in the arteries, narrowing the pathways that deliver blood to your limbs. The result? Starved tissues, muscles that fatigue quickly, legs that feel cold, numb, or even painful with activity. And it doesn't always scream for attention. Sometimes the symptoms whisper: a slight cramp in your calf while walking, a tingling sensation when you lie down, or a dull ache in your feet that fades when you sit. These signs are easy to ignore, but over time they compound, leading to weakness, loss of mobility, and in some cases serious complications like ulcers, infections, and even limb-threatening conditions. Circulation-related leg weakness isn't just uncomfortable. It's a red flag for your overall cardiovascular health. When your legs suffer from poor blood flow, chances are your heart is too. The good news? You can improve circulation with consistent, simple habits. Walking is perhaps the most powerful medicine. Even short strolls around your home stimulate blood flow. Movement encourages your blood vessels to stay flexible and responsive. And unlike high-intensity exercise, walking is sustainable, especially for seniors. Another key: hydration. Dehydration thickens the blood, making it harder to circulate. Drink water throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty. And reduce your salt intake, which can cause water retention and swollen legs, further compromising circulation. You can also support circulation through positioning. Elevate your legs for 10 to 15 minutes a few times per day. Use warm foot soaks to dilate blood vessels. Gentle leg massages, whether self-applied or from a therapist, can also work wonders. And don't underestimate the role of footwear. Tight socks or shoes can restrict blood flow more than you think. But most importantly, if you're experiencing regular leg cramps, tingling, cold feet, or slow-healing wounds, speak with your doctor. PAD is treatable, but only if it's identified early. A simple test like an ankle brachial index (AE) can give important clues. Don't let your legs suffer in silence. Blood flow is life flow. Still, sometimes the problem isn't in the blood vessels, but in the wires. What if your nerves are misfiring? What if the weakness you feel comes from something deeper, an invisible disconnect between your brain and your legs? Imagine this. You're walking through your home, and suddenly it feels like you're stepping on a sponge, or maybe your foot tingles, burns, or feels oddly numb. Yet, when you check, there's nothing visibly wrong. These are more than just odd sensations. They're warning signs. What you may be experiencing is peripheral neuropathy, nerve damage that disrupts communication between your brain, spine, and legs. And it's far more common than you think. Nearly 1 in 3 seniors are affected, often without realizing what's happening until balance issues, chronic leg weakness, or even falls begin to occur. Peripheral neuropathy doesn't just make your legs feel off, it can make them unsafe. When your nerves misfire, your muscles don't receive clear instructions. Coordination falters, reaction times slow, and worse, you may not even feel the full extent of the instability until it's too late. What causes this nerve deterioration? The list is longer than most expect, but some of the leading culprits include diabetes, especially when poorly controlled, vitamin B12 deficiency, which affects nerve insulation, excessive alcohol consumption, certain medications, like chemotherapy drugs or long-term use of some antibiotics. But what makes neuropathy so tricky is that it builds slowly. First, it's a light tingling in the toes, then a numb spot on the sole. Eventually, your legs feel heavy or clumsy, like they're no longer fully yours. Many seniors describe it as a loss of connection between their mind and their movement. Here's the encouraging part. Neuropathy can often be stabilized or improved, especially when caught early. And the tools to support nerve health are already within reach. Start by addressing your nutrition. Vitamin B12 is critical for healthy nerves. Rich sources include eggs, dairy, leafy greens, and fish. If you're vegetarian or over 60, ask your doctor to test your B12 levels. Low levels are common and easily treatable. If you have diabetes, blood sugar control is essential. Even small fluctuations over time can cause lasting nerve damage. Work with your healthcare provider to monitor your glucose levels and adjust your habits as needed. In your daily life, reduce anything that may worsen nerve stress. That includes limiting alcohol, avoiding tight shoes or socks that compress circulation, and being mindful of foot injuries or pressure points. Gentle leg and foot massages can also improve nerve stimulation and awareness. Some seniors find relief with warm Epsom salt soaks or using textured mats to stimulate the soles of the feet. But the most important step, don't ignore the signs. That small tingling or numb patch might be your body's early alert system. Listen closely and act. So far, we've looked at muscles, blood flow, and nerves. But what if the root of your leg weakness is located higher up, in your spine? What if a disc, a nerve root, or a compressed vertebra is quietly sabotaging your lower body strength? You might not feel pain in your back, you might not even suspect it, but your spine could be the hidden saboteur draining the strength from your legs. Many older adults assume that leg weakness begins in the legs, but often the problem starts higher up, in the lower back, where the spine houses the nerve roots that control your legs. When something goes wrong there, the effects can be startling. Conditions like sciatica, spinal stenosis, or herniated discs can compress these nerves, disrupting the flow of signals to your legs. The result? Sudden leg fatigue, weakness in one side, numbness in your feet, or pain that travels from your back all the way down your thigh or calf. Some people even describe it as a feeling that one leg is giving out. These symptoms are more than inconvenient, they're dangerous. Because unlike muscle fatigue or circulation problems, spinal issues often strike without warning. One day you're walking fine, the next you're wobbling or unable to lift your foot properly. And yet the root cause may be completely silent. No back pain, no injury, no obvious trigger. So how does this happen? Over time, the cushioning discs between your vertebrae dry out and shrink. Bone spurs may form. Posture may shift. The spinal canal may narrow. These changes can pinch nerves, even subtly, and begin affecting how your legs function. The first step toward protection is awareness. If you experience one-sided leg weakness, back and leg pain when standing for long periods, or numbness that worsens with walking but improves with sitting, don't dismiss it. These are classic signs of spinal nerve compression. Fortunately, most mild to moderate cases can be managed with conservative care. Begin with gentle stretches that support spinal alignment. Knee to chest stretches, pelvic tilts, or seated spinal twists can relieve pressure. Avoid long hours of sitting, especially in soft or unsupportive chairs. When sitting is unavoidable, use a lumbar support cushion to preserve the spine's natural curve. Posture correction is another powerful tool. If you tend to slouch forward, your spinal nerves may be under more pressure than necessary. Strengthening your core muscles through light yoga, Pilates, or guided exercises can help rebalance your frame and relieve strain on your lower back. And of course, move regularly. Every 30 minutes, stand up, stretch, walk around the room. Motion nourishes the spine and keeps nerves flexible. In severe or persistent cases, medical imaging may be necessary. An MRI or CT scan can reveal the root cause, and your doctor can recommend targeted physical therapy, or in rare cases, more advanced interventions. But the key message here is simple. Your spine and your legs are a team. You can't strengthen one while ignoring the other. Still, even if your spine, nerves, circulation, and muscles are all working fine, there's one more culprit that could be causing sudden weakness or cramps in your legs, especially in the middle of the night. It has to do with minerals, and it can catch even the healthiest seniors off guard. You eat well, you move often, you're doing everything right, and yet your legs still cramp at night. They feel shaky when you wake, or they suddenly spasm during a walk, catching you off guard. The culprit might not be your muscles, nerves, or circulation. It might be your minerals. As we age, the body becomes more prone to electrolyte imbalances, especially deficiencies in two key minerals, magnesium and potassium. These nutrients are essential for proper muscle contraction, nerve transmission, hydration, and even heart rhythm. When they fall below optimal levels, the effects often show up in your legs first. Let's start with potassium. Low potassium can lead to muscle weakness, cramps, and even irregular heartbeat. It's often caused by poor dietary intake, certain medications, like diuretics or blood pressure drugs, or dehydration. You might not feel low energy during the day, but when you climb stairs or stand up quickly, your legs may tell a different story. Then there's magnesium, the mineral behind muscle relaxation. A lack of it can trigger nighttime leg cramps, twitching, restlessness, or even anxiety. And just like potassium, magnesium is often depleted by age, medications, stress, and alcohol. The solution? Replenishment through food, hydration, and lifestyle awareness. Potassium-rich foods include bananas, oranges, avocados, sweet potatoes, spinach, and beans. For magnesium, reach for almonds, dark chocolate, yes, really, whole grains, leafy greens, and legumes. But it's not just about what you eat, it's about absorption. Older adults often have reduced stomach acid, which impairs mineral uptake. That's why it's helpful to combine these foods with gentle movement and to avoid pairing supplements with coffee or alcohol, which can block absorption. Also, check your medications. Diuretics, laxatives, and some heart drugs can deplete your minerals over time. Don't stop taking them, but do talk to your doctor about whether supplementation might be necessary. Simple lifestyle upgrades can help too. Drinking more water improves mineral balance and reduces cramps. A warm Epsom salt bath before bed delivers magnesium through the skin and relaxes your muscles. And if you wake up with a cramp, gentle stretching or massaging the muscle can bring quick relief. Perhaps most importantly, don't ignore those random symptoms. A leg that twitches at night, a foot that cramps when you stretch, a moment of dizziness. These aren't quirks, they're cues. Your body is speaking in the language of minerals. And now that you understand what it's saying, you can answer. You've now uncovered 5 silent causes of leg weakness after 60. But what do you do with this knowledge? How can you turn insight into action and regain control over your strength and stability? Final reflections. Turning knowledge into strength. What to do starting today. You've made it through all 5 hidden reasons why your legs may be losing strength after 60. And now comes the most important question. What will you do with this knowledge? Understanding the problem is only the beginning. True strength comes not just from knowing, but from doing. And the good news is that your body is ready. No matter your age, your muscles, nerves, circulation, spine, and mineral levels can respond to small, consistent changes. You don't have to reverse everything overnight, but you do need to begin. Here's how. Start simple. Pick one of the 5 areas that resonated most with you. Maybe it was the muscle loss, or the nighttime cramps, or the tingling in your feet. Take one small action today. That could be a 5-minute walk, a handful of almonds, a quick stretch, a moment of journaling to track your symptoms. Rebuild rhythm. The body thrives on consistency. Build tiny rituals into your day. Protein at breakfast, a walk after lunch, a few leg lifts while brushing your teeth, evening foot soaks or stretches. These are more than habits. They're signals to your body that you are choosing strength. Stay curious. Talk to your doctor. Ask questions. Request blood work for vitamin and mineral levels. Bring in your supplements and review them. Don't be afraid to seek help. The more you know about your own health, the more power you have to shape it. Listen inward. Your body speaks in whispers before it screams. That foot cramp, that ache in your thigh, that sudden fatigue after a short walk, these are messages, not annoyances. You've learned how to interpret them, now trust that learning. And above all, don't wait. Weak legs are not a life sentence, they're a call to action, a chance to protect your independence, your balance, your ability to move through life with ease. You don't need to become a fitness guru or a health fanatic. You just need to care a little more, move a little more, nourish a little more, and believe that it's not too late to grow stronger. Because the truth is, strength after 60 isn't about lifting heavier weights. It's about lifting yourself back into your life. So take the first step, literally, and keep walking forward. Your legs are listening. And now, so are you. We'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced leg weakness after 60? Which of these 5 reasons surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and share your story. Your insight might be the encouragement someone else needs today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more empowering health tips made especially for older adults. Your strength is worth sharing. Thank you for watching.